morning, guys. Hey, it's Friday morning, and thanks for joining me. It is the 15th of the month, and so I'm picking up my first check for the first month at my 2 antique booths in Seattle, Washington. And I am also going to an estate sale and somebody's private home that invited me to come and take a look at the stuff they have. So I got an early start this morning. The estate sale is about an hour away from where I live. I don't need really a lot more inventory than what I already have, but I am going to France in May, and so I need to leave some back stock with my daughter, who has volunteered, or I volunteered her, to go and fluff my booths and stock them while I'm in France, because I'm going to be in France for a month. So that's a long time to be away, and I'm already kind of stressing out. Good morning. How are you guys? I didn't really find much there. I got a Black Panther, which I was excited about because I've been looking for one in the wild for a while now. Although I think this one might be a reproduction. It's still made by Hager. So I'm on my way to that private invite. Although really, they had bought a bed at the store, an iron bed. And I had the rails. This was a beautiful Victorian iron bed. I'll see if I can find a picture. Beautiful Victorian iron bed, and with the brass knobs on top. Really pretty. I had marked it down to $145, and it's worth so much more than that. Would have been perfect like in a guest bedroom. And we still had it forever, and somebody finally bought it. But I had the rails in storage, and so now I have to deliver them to Seattle. But like I said, luckily, they have things to sell, so maybe I'll get lucky there. Who knows? Here's hoping. to the Magnolia neighborhood of Seattle, which for all intents and purposes is actually an island. So you have to cross this bridge to get over to Magnolia. But there are some really cool houses in this area. Here's all the stuff I got from that private sale. Thank you.
Sure, bagel, everything bagel.
All right, thank you. And there's plenty of cream cheese in it? Okay, good. I try not to complain. They had a new girl working at that coffee place, and my mocha is extra sweet, so it's a little too sweet, and my bagel's not totally toasted. Dude, what happened? I guess she's still in training. It's rather dark in here, so I want to string up some lights. So I stopped by Home Depot. I just got this the other day. I paid $100 for this. Is that not gorgeous? Somebody recovered it in this beautiful kind of sage green. It's really lovely. Look at the detail. I think it looks a lot better. It's much brighter in here. Yes, I'm very happy with these lights. Now it's time to pick up my check from Epic. And it got sunny. Look how nice it is out. I'm going to show this to you now because it's going into my booth at Epic. But here is that cool black Jaguar that I've been looking for. And you see it does have a hanger tag, but that could be, you know, a newer tag. Anyways, I paid $10 for it and it's going in there. And then I think I'm also going to take this. It's a little plant stand. It's like a little tricycle. I always feel like I don't like to come to my booths unless I'm bringing something with me. I'm a little bit disheveled now, but that's okay because I did some good work in both of the booths. I don't know why I always wind up staying there much longer, but honestly, it's kind of like my happy place. I really enjoy being, especially at the Lander Street Vintage Mall. But I'm going to open up my check from Epic Antiques. I haven't looked at it yet. So now it's time for me to go home. And what am I making for food? I'm going to have I need to cook a Cornish game hen because it's been in the fridge for a while. So I need to get it cooked. Otherwise, it's just going to go to waste. And I don't want that. All right, guys. I'll see you at home. So if you are returning here, hello and welcome back. And if you're new, my name is Abigail and I own a vintage and antique store in Poulsbo, Washington. And then I also own 2 antique booths in Seattle, Washington. And I'm an online seller and I sell on all the major platforms. And I post almost every single day on Instagram. So if you don't follow me there yet, go ahead and do that, because a lot of times things that I buy often get posted on Instagram before they ever make it on my video. All right, so why don't we do a haul first? At that estate sale I went to, I got 5 books, and honestly I got them mainly because I love the green colors on them, but I also got this one, and what attracted me to it is the fact that it's made of wood and it's got turquoise paint on it and some brown paint, and I like the shape of it. Then the other one I got is this one, and I debated on it. I mean, I love turquoise. I would love this actually in my house in Mexico. And then I thought it would look really cool in the store. I decided to get it. This has been ticking in the back of my car since I bought it. It's just this really cute little retro 1960s Big Ben kind of a little table clock, little alarm clock. I really love this guy. Look at him. He is a statement piece. And there was some damage to him, although looking at it, I mean, it does look like it's damaged. And it looks like it's put together at the legs, like it's several different pieces that are joined together with those brass straps. But I think it was a tail that was kind of cracked. But I only paid $1.99 for him. And I just could not leave him behind. He's just magnificent. This isn't old, but I thought this was really fun. So now we're getting into what I picked up at that private sale. He basically threw this in, but it's like this modern Art Deco pewter, probably tea and coffee set. And what's interesting is I had a similar, kind of a similar set. It was called a Pequa set, and it was made in Germany. And it took a while to sell. I had 2 sets. I finally sold them, but they sold for good money. So they sold for like $95 in the store. And so this really reminded me of that. But I got this cute little mountainscape. It was done by an amateur artist, but it is signed and it was painted in 2000. I also said yes to this. So it looks to be in not very good shape, but somebody loved it enough to have it framed. And so I think I've said this before, but we get a lot of Asian art in our area because we're considered part of the Pacific Rim, which means the Pacific Rim including Asia. So if you went along the coastline all the way up to Siberia, down through Alaska, and then into the Pacific Northwest, we have pretty strong ties to Asia. Then I have another Asian piece, this one, and it's 2 people pointing up to somebody who is in a tree. I like the colors. I actually really like the matting on it. The frame is really simple. And when I saw this, I just thought this would make such a pretty piece, like in a bathroom or as part of a gallery. That's what I would use it for. I also grabbed these like 3-dimensional prints. This one is of pears. And what are those, oranges? These types of little prints, little pieces of art like this do really, really well online, little ones. And they're easy to pack and they're easy to ship, and it doesn't cost very much to ship them. So these will go online, and you know, for the cost, I typically have a really good return rate and they sell really quickly. So I will put $30 and it will be for the set. I think we talked about Crocs. Well, this is basically a Croc style picture. And so this is kind of unusual. I mean, I don't remember the last time I saw this color combination in this style in a picture. You see them in Crocs all the time. So absolutely said yes to that. So I think the value of this buy today is in the next three things I want to show you. So look at these. These are amazing. So these are like World War II binoculars. They are so cool. I have not comped these. These will most likely go online. Then he also had these ones, and these ones have some damage right there, but they are also really cool. Look how cool those are. Another antique pair of binoculars, and this one actually has a built-in, a tiny built-in compass. So these are amazing. These are in really good shape. I'm excited to see what these comp for. So these are really interesting. These are wooden, antique wooden toy soldiers from, oh, this one doesn't even have one. Doesn't even have the paper. But anyways, these are so cool. These will probably go online. Yeah, it says these are German lithograph soldiers from somewhere between 1880 and 1910. And the last thing is this beautiful antique copper bathtub. I don't think I've ever picked one of these up because they always seem to be really expensive. So that was part of the deal. So I spotted this zebra rug at my neighbor's at Epic Antiques. It's from Brazil and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I've been watching the AD home tours over the last couple days, and somebody actually had one in their living room. And so when I was there today, I made an offer of $80 and she took it, and I absolutely love it. But I don't think that it suits my bedroom living room. It's really cool, but it just doesn't go. So unfortunately, but I will find a home for it and somebody else will love it. So let's go over the numbers for my first month in business at the antique booth. I have to tell you, it was an amazing month. I was really happy. I mean, not that I did make a huge investment because I had a little bit of back stock to stock the booth, but it happened so suddenly that I had to go out and buy a bunch of inventory so that the booths looked full, because there's no point in spending money on rent for a booth unless it is packed. Because the more you have, the more likely somebody will be to find something that they really love, that they can't live without, and that they're willing to spend money on. So at Epic Antiques, I had a net sales of $3,941, which I'm really thrilled about. My rent there is $675, and what's interesting is that booth is maybe half the size, maybe a little bit more than half the size of my booth at Lander Street. And so my rent is $675. The commission, I pay them 15%, and that includes credit card fees. And that was $644.13. So my net there, not including the cost of goods, was $2,592. At Lander Street, my rent is $600. Again, even though that space is twice the size of the one at Epic. My net sales there were $3,228. And the commission to them was $484.28. So my net proceeds were $2,144.23. So at Epic, I sold a total of 43 items. And then at Lander, I sold a total of 59 items. And so that's really interesting because my check was bigger at Epic than Lander, even though I sold more items at Lander than I did at Epic. Even though the antique booths are new, I have been in business for 3 years in my vintage and antique store. So I think one of the reasons why the booths were so successful in the first month is because I have learned some things, right, from owning my own vintage and antique store. So if I could pass along any tips whatsoever, I'm more than happy to do that because I would like everybody to be successful in their endeavors. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you join me next week on a new adventure. If you get out to get some thrifting done, I certainly hope the thrifting gods are with you, and I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will catch you later.